There is no script and no rehearsal. The star of the show is simply a person with a problem. Members of our audience participating in the drama are trained therapists and psychodramatists. Welcome to The Human Affair.
This is Dr. David Viscott.
And
They could just see you and know that just by looking.
and that I'm very different, and trying to separate that and cut it off has been difficult. The money isn't there anymore, and it's my life. It's like taking away someone's business after they reach their middle earlies, and now what do they do with their life?
Do you remember how it stopped, how it changed?
It really changed and stopped with my going into Sybil Brand. You mean?
The arrest, you mean?
Yes.
That was a tough time.
Yes.
What was the thing that happened there for you? Do you remember?
At Sybil Brand?
I can just feel, yeah, right there. It's just...
The reality of being there was awful.
Awful.
I cried a lot, and I just, after I stopped crying, I made a decision that I would not be there again.
I'd like to go back to that moment just to see what the forces were like that were acting upon you that made it possible for you to think through your life in a different way. I think I'd like you to play, we're going to do a jail scene. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have different people play the people in your life. Nick, you're going to be a kind of a beboppy prostitute. You know, you love the life. It's terrific. And let's see. Rachel, hardened. You've been on the job forever. This is, you know, right into it. A little too easily, Rachel. Rochelle, come here. You're a housewife, and your husband doesn't know, but this is what you do when he's at work, okay? Why don't you drape yourself over the couch, you know, assume the position, and, what do you people have going on in your minds? This is important. And, she's just been busted.
Man, isn't this the pits?
Yeah, it really is. You've been here before?
Oh, sure. Go in and out. It's just like that.
Well, gosh, haven't
no
you?
Big deal. I mean, so what?
No.
You never been in before?
No.
It's my first time.
Isn't it terrible?
You know, I get used to it. I've been here so many times, it's like my second home.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that must not bother you.
Well, you get kind of used to it, you know, because the payoffs. You give some and you get some back, and this is part of it.
I'll never get used to it. And what I'm feeling is humiliation. And I'm feeling I don't want to be here anymore. And I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing in myself. I don't like what's happening to me. And I don't want to do it again. And I know that I won't do it again. You may go back out to the street, but I'm not going to.
You will. You'll see. It just kind of gets into your blood. I went through a time where I thought I wouldn't be out there. You know, I was going to shape up and all that. It's in my blood, boy. I can't live without it.
Well, Norma, I want to make this a little easier for you. I want to get to some feelings that I think are blocked here. I want someone to play your inner self.
Boy, these women are starting to scare me. Maybe I am like them. I don't think I can convince myself anymore that I'm different. Maybe I am just a whore like they are, and it's starting to scare me to death. And I'm real scared that it may not change for me. Maybe I'm just talking myself into it. What if it doesn't change for me? What if this is going to be my life forever?
Yeah, it has been my life forever, and I don't want it to be my life forever anymore. And I'm sick and tired of it the way it is. And I'm tired of cutting myself off from the rest of society. And I'm sick and tired of not having relationships. I don't know where I go from here. I am frightened, and I'm feeling I don't know what's going to happen to me. And how do I change something that's been going on for years? What happens to me now? Where do I go? How do I turn it all around? I don't know. I am uncomfortable with it. I am so uncomfortable with it. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to be back here again. Some point in my life, I know I have to make some kind of turnaround, and I've got to do it now if I do it any time in my life. It has to be now. I'm just not coming back, that's all.
And even as I say that, I have a terrible fear inside that I might end up back here.
Yeah, I do have a fear inside that I might end up back here. Because I'm afraid I've always turned back to the thing I know the best and the most. And And I'm feeling that it could happen again. And even though I'm not wanting it to happen, it certainly could happen again.
You got a lot more guts than I got. I won't even think about it.
I'm just like you girls. And until I can admit that to myself, I can't really understand my fear, and I can't really get my life in order. You mentioned at the beginning of this that the temptation is always there.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's knowing that you can get ready money. It's knowing that it's as close as your phone. It's knowing that it's always been there, and all you have to do is pick up the phone and get it.
What goes on in you when you try to resist that?
Well, I've made a commitment to myself,
Tell me about that commitment.
and that is I wouldn't go back in the business.
How'd you make the commitment? I want to feel the...
Okay. I made the commitment when I was in Civil Brand. After I stopped crying, that was about after 10 days. And I just said, I don't want to be back in here. And my commitment is not to be back in the business. If I do one, then I'm liable to do two. And if I do two, I could do more. And so when do you cut it off? What's the cutoff point? So I just decided I would not do that at all. And I have to keep reminding myself that's not what I'm going to do.
Okay. I'd like to see that process of you resisting an attempt to get you back in the business. So what I would like to do is I have some prospective caller dealing with you on the phone. And just see what it's like for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Let me find a good talker here who can... Lou is a talker from way back. I'd like you to pick up that phone, sit down there, and you sit over here, Norma.
Okay.
And I've got to sit down here, Lou. You're dialing for... I was dialing for something. It's for you.
Great, thank you. Hello?
Norma,
Yes?
this is Lou.
Lou, my God, I haven't talked with you in such a long time. Where have you been?
I've missed you more than you've missed me, apparently. You haven't called.
I've been on vacation. I've been out of town.
Well, look, honey, I'd love to come over.
You know, I'm not in the business anymore.
What?
Yeah, I ended that. I've decided that I'm just not going to be in the business anymore, that's all.
Honey, I really need you. And you know, I just had an important business conference, and you know how horny I get afterwards. And I'd really love to come over.
I'll tell you what. I don't even... See, I've been away, and I haven't been in the business for a while. Maybe if you just came over and we have a drink and talk about it. Maybe coffee.
At least.
At least, yeah. All right, how soon can you come over?
I'll be over in about 10 minutes.
Well, okay, I'll handle it when you get here.
Okay, I'll
See
be
you.
there.
All right, bye. Oh, so
Hi,
glad to
baby.
see you.
Yeah. Where the hell you been? My God.
Oh, it's been
You
such
can't go away.
You're so right.
What is this nonsense about quitting and all? Baby.
But I've been out of the business for quite a while.
I know, I called you so many times.
Well,
Why don't we just go in the bedroom, honey?
no, wait a minute. No, have a cup of coffee. Why don't you do that? Come on, sit down. No!
I just want to take my sweater off. It's hot in here.
No, wait.
Well, just my sweater. I'm not doing anything more,
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
for God's sake.
Oh, my God.
Give me a break,
Here,
baby.
Right.
You know,
Sit down on
it's
that.
been about 3 months, and we've known each other for 5, 6 years now.
Yeah, I know. It has, why don't you sit down for just...
You want me as much as I want you.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yes. But, I'm not in the business anymore. Don't you understand that?
I don't understand any of what you're saying. I know that you're here. You know, it wasn't just a customer thing with us.
You're right.
So
Look,
let's just
wait a
win.
minute. Let me walk you to the door, and I've just got to put my head on about this. I can't do it today. I swear I can't. I just can't. No! Wait, no! Not today.
Come on, honey,
Not today,
for God's
swear.
sake.
No, we're not going to do it. Swear, not today. I can't do that anymore. Maybe we can meet and have dinner or lunch sometime. Oh, let's do
meet
not
and have dinner.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I'm going to walk you to the door.
Norma,
Yes.
I want to bring in someone who's going to play your inner feelings at this point.
All right. Let me walk you to the door. I don't mean to upset you. I don't want to anger you. And I want to stay friends with you, but I can't handle this today. It's the first time I've tried this in a long while, and I can't do it.
Tell me what's wrong.
I'm just feeling if I break this commitment, if I see you, it's like I'm back in it again. And what's the difference of 1 or 2 or, you know, I mean, you're in the business if you're taking money for sex.
I'm afraid if I just let go once, it's like an alcoholic, I'll be right back in the business. It's not that I don't want you. I'm scared, and I know how weak I am.
All right, I'll be your friend. Tell me what's wrong.
I'm just feeling like I cannot resist. I know that if I see you, I'll start seeing you on a regular basis, and I don't, and then I'm there again. And then I want to see you all the time, and whenever it's convenient for you, and I'll take money for it, and then I'm not out. When will I ever get out? I just don't feel like I'll get out unless I really stick to this time. I've tried to get out before, and it hasn't worked. And I don't mean to anger you. I'm sorry, Lou. I just can't do it. Honest.
It's real hard for me to say this because I'd really like to go through with it. I just keep thinking about the money. I don't even know if I believe what I'm saying.
I'm not even sure that I believe what I don't even think I believe what I'm saying, but I know it's something I have to do.
Is it just the money?
That's keeping us apart? No, it isn't really just the money. It's who you are and who I am, and
It means I'm a whore again if I go to bed with you. That's what it means.
And that's what I want to get away from. I don't want to be a whore. I don't want to be in the business anymore. I don't want to be a prostitute. And I have to end it now. And I've tried. Please help me. Well, I can see.
Tough.
Not helpful.
Well, I am angry.
I know. I can understand that. I thought I could do it, but I can't. Thank you for coming over.
Will you call me?
Yeah, I will. Goodbye.
Hi, Lou.
He made me nervous.
Didn't he? Why?
Because he's so darling.
Well, what appealed to you about him?
His comfortableness and naturally when I'm being stroked, that appeals to me.
The comfortableness, the ease of being with him, the ease of being seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what isolates you normally in the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
When you feel uncomfortable with people, it's because you can't be yourself without fear of discovery.
Right.
Discovery is the issue, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We'll look at that a little bit in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
One of the things that you were talking about in this that was so interesting to me was the way you were brought up. Fill me a little bit on that. What was going on there?
My family is Protestant religion, and they are just very supportive in the church. My grandmother was in the church, and she was active, and then my mother, and then the girls.
And my mother, tell me a little about her.
My mother was, I didn't see her active in the church, but it was important that I was active in the church, and she wanted us to be.
She pressured.
Uh-huh.
How?
Well, with Mother, it was do as I say, not as I do. And my mother had a relationship outside of the marriage, so it was okay for her to do that.
But not for you.
Not for me.
So there's hypocrisy there.
Yes.
And I imagine some feelings that that need to be looked at. Come on here. Where did you normally talk to your mother? What sort of circumstance?
Well, at home.
At home?
Mm-hmm. In the living room. But we didn't talk very often.
All right, well, this is one of those rare occasions.
Very rare.
And the scene is that Mother has some of her usual advice to give you, and you're feeling the hypocrisy very heavy this day, and it's starting to come to the surface because you're getting a little fed up with it.
Okay.
Mother?
I'm worried about you, Norma.
What part?
The way you're dressed.
Yeah, it is a little conservative, isn't it? Yeah, I'm worried about it, too.
I don't consider that conservative.
Oh.
That skirt.
Too short?
Definitely too short.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That jewelry.
A little much.
Too much.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to invite the way you're dressed with the hairstyle, with the jewelry?
I don't know. Maybe I will invite someone that wants someone worldly. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't consider it worldly. I think it's cheap.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Well, I know you've never allowed me to get a gift from a man, and so it is cheap.
Mother, you are the same cold, judgmental woman that I have always known, and I am tired of you judging me. Who the hell are you to judge me? I am your mother. It's all right for you to take my money, though. That's okay. That's about the only thing you approve of. Well, we all have to contribute to the house. We all have to contribute. After all, we have a large family.
Have you ever wondered where I've gotten the money?
Where have you gotten the money?
Do you think I was really modeling?
Well, of course you were modeling.
Oh, yeah?
Well, of course.
Look at me, Mother. Do I look like a model? Do you really believe that?
Well, where did you get the money?
I've become a call girl.
A what?
A call girl, a prostitute.
Prostitute?
Yeah. I've been earning my money seeing men.
My God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry to have upset you, Mother. I really am. But it was what I had to do. And I almost felt like you knew all the time. How could you come across like you're so surprised?
I'm surprised and I'm really very sad. I'm really sad. I really feel dreadful hearing this. Just dreadful.
I have been wanting to ask you, Mother, what's been going on with you? I mean, the affair that you've had since before I was born. What is that? What is that all about?
Does that make me a hooker to look for love and affection outside my marriage?
Yes, it's the same thing.
Well, I don't see it that way.
It's just the way, it's okay for you, but it's not okay for me?
You're a hooker too, Mother.
Oh, Norma, how can you say that to me?
You are. What's the difference? You were having an affair your whole life. You modeled it for me, and now you're angry at me and judging me?
I've not been able to find my love other places, so it's been with one man. One man, which is a lot different than a lot of men. You're saying you're a call girl and a hooker. I've only been with one man.
Is he my father? Is he, Mother?
It's really none of your business. It really is none of your business.
But I need to know that, Mother. I need to know who these people are in my life. Who is the man that's been around that I call father? Who is the man that hasn't been around that I call uncle? Who are these people? Where do they fit? Where do I fit? I don't understand at all. Why did you send me for money when I was a kid? Why didn't you let me know what was going on? Why did you send a note with me? Why did you feel that someone owed me things? Why did you feel that someone should buy me a dress? Other than my own father, that's been under the pretense of being my father. It's been so confusing for me, not knowing. When will I know? When will I know who I am? How can I know?
We will conclude the story of Norma Ashby tomorrow when she confronts her two fathers. One of them raised her, the other she believes is her biological father. She calls him Uncle Jack.
The present I would like to give you is that ability to do what I spent all my life not doing, which is reaching out. Practice on me, reach out to me and see what happens.
Oh, I love you so.
Did you know that I became a prostitute because that's what you didn't want me to do? You said never become one of those ladies, and because you've decided to leave, I became one. You know that?
You are about to see a real-life drama. There is no script and no rehearsal. The star of the show is simply a person with a problem. Members of our audience participating in the drama are trained therapists and psychodramatists. Welcome to The Human Affair.
This is Dr. David Viscott. We'll continue with the story of Norma following these scenes from yesterday's program.
It means I'm a whore again if I go to bed with you. That's what it means.
And that's what I want to get away from. I don't want to be a whore. I don't want to be in the business anymore. I don't want to be a prostitute. And I have to end it now. And I've tried. Please help me.
I've not been able to find my love other places, so it's been with one man. One man, which is a lot different than a lot of men. You're saying you're a call girl and a hooker. I've only been with one man.
Is he my father? Is he, Mother?
It's really none of your business. It really is none of your business.
But I need to know that, Mother. I need to know who these people are in my life. Who is the man that's been around that I call father? Who is the man that hasn't been around that I call uncle? Who are these people? Where do they fit? Where do I fit? I don't understand at all. Why did you send me for money when I was a kid? Why didn't you let me know what was going on? Why did you send a note with me? Why did you feel that someone owed me things? Why did you feel that someone should buy me a dress? Other than my own father, that's been under the pretense of being my father. It's been so confusing for me, not knowing. When will I know? When will I know who I am? How can I know?
That confusion really must have done a number on you.
Yeah, my whole life.
What were the most confusing times?
Confusing when I need to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Confusing about money.
Why?
Well, see, I've always linked money into this going for the money.
To
my Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack. I see. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Uncle Jack, if you're watching, God only knows, please forgive me for this. I know you're really old, and I wanted to confront it for a long time, and I hope to hell it doesn't make your heart weaker or something. but I'm really sorry about all that.
Okay.
Okay?
So it was going for the money for Uncle Jack?
Yeah. Going for the money over to when my mother would send me with a note, well, she would send me with a note, and I would read the note on the way over and say that I needed a new dress and some new shoes.
What was the note? What was in the note?
It says Norma needs a new little dress and new little shoes, and could you give her some money to do that? And so he would put the money in the envelope.
And you had a wonder about that?
Of course, my whole life has been confused about money because of that.
Who gives it? Are they...
Why?
Why do people give you money?
Right.
Is it a sign of love?
Confused about that.
Is it a sign of ownership?
Yeah, wondering about that.
Is it a sign of obligation?
Yeah, really wondering about that.
Is it a sign of parentage?
Yeah, that was confusing.
If a man pays you, it's like he's playing the role that the person you thought was deep in your heart was your father.
Mm-hmm.
And your real father, what about him?
Well, he was wonderful, but he was always, he was gone, he was working, he was wonderful and passive, and never said anything.
And what happened to him?
He died.
What was that like?
Terrible. He was my best friend. He was my best friend, and he said, there was times that he'd say, I don't want you to be like one of those ladies. But right after he died, I became one of those ladies.
That's another one of these feelings that's confusing you.
Yeah.
I'd like to set a scene at that moment when your dad died. Okay. And I'd like Mother to come down. Larry, I'd like you to be the Uncle Jack. You're the friend of the family. And Marco, I'd like you to come down here and play Norma's dead father. Okay? Sure. All right. What I want you to do is to get down here, and why don't you get back here and face forward and hug your knees. That's right. He's gone. He's abandoned you. You're all alone now.
I'm feeling really terrible and really lonely and wondering how he could leave me. And
it happens.
No, I will not face that.
But he's still here in spirit. He's right there. You remember all his words, all the things he ever said to you. He's a good man.
But he's my best friend.
He still is. He still is. Do you remember that? He still is there. You'll feel him every moment of your life. He's just gone on to something else. I know that sounds cliche. Just like I'll always be here, he will always be there. It's hard.
But I want to do things with him and go places with him. I want to share things.
What do you want to share with him? Something you didn't share?
Oh, just not telling him that I appreciate him enough.
You never told him that?
I don't remember doing it.
I didn't appreciate you enough. There's so much I have to tell you.
Yeah,
baby.
What's the matter? I'm sorry I didn't say enough. I'm sorry I didn't tell you that you're my good friend. And there's a lot of things I didn't tell you. And I don't want you to go.
I'm here now.
Okay.
Tell me whatever you need to say. I had to go. It was my time.
Did you know that I became a prostitute because that's what you didn't want me to do? You said never become one of those ladies. And because you've decided to leave, I became one. You know that?
You're mad at me for dying?
Yes. Because how can you choose to leave when you know I needed you, when you were my friend? How could you go?
I had no choice. It was my time.
No. You made a choice about dying. And you wanted to leave. And I didn't want you to.
But it's my choice. It was my pain. And it's my decision.
But does that mean you didn't care about me?
I wasn't thinking about you then. I was thinking about me. I didn't want to live anymore. I just didn't want to live anymore. Can you understand that? What it feels to feel like that?
Yeah, I know it now. But not when you first left. I didn't know it then.
I didn't want to leave you, Norma. Honest, I didn't. Honest, I didn't. I was being selfish. I was thinking for myself. It's okay.
Thank you for being my friend.
Oh, it's so good to hear that I was your friend. I didn't think I was being a good father.
You were always there. You always let me know silently that you cared.
Thank you for coming back and talking with me.
I'm right here. Anytime you want me. You know I'm there.
Okay.
That was the man who raised you.
Yes.
And down deep in your heart, you knew he was just your friend.
Yes.
But there was another man, Uncle Jack. I want you to deal with Uncle Jack, what you were feeling at that time, what you're feeling now.
It's been hard. It's really been hard not telling you. I'm glad you know.
I'm mad at you.
Why are you mad at me? I gave you everything.
Waited all these years till now. What the hell are you doing?
Scared.
Now you're coming in and into my life and saying this?
Break into your family that way? Couldn't do that.
You were in the family all the years.
Yes, I helped you when I was there when you needed me. Was I not? Was always there. I gave you money, I gave you things, I gave you advice. Right? What more could I do? Could I come in and say, what would you want me to do? What would you want me to do?
Couldn't you have been warm? I needed...
Not a warm... It's hard for me to even touch like that. My own daughter, it's hard for me to do it. I have trouble touching myself. Can you imagine
I know that part. I know that part. It's the way you've been all these years.
That's right. You got to be that way in this world, and I hope you're the same way. You got to wear the black tie. You got to be that way. On the inside, don't show your feelings, my dear.
How can you live like that?
I'm alive and I'm rich. And I'm happy. The big thing is I miss telling you I was your father. I miss that, and I miss touching you. But that's the way you got to be.
Why did you wait so long? Why did you wait until now?
You can't show your feelings. You got to wear that mask of sanity. They'll kill you. They'll kill you in that world.
What do you think you're going to tell me just before you die? It's, because you're getting close to death. Now you're going to tell me?
I need you to give me some affection now.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to give affection. I don't know how to do it. You ask me to something, I'm 90 years old, you're going to say suddenly I got to get affection? I got where I am this way. But I want to. Give me some affection.
But I've tried to hug you goodbye and hello, and you're always stiff. You're always...
But I want to be unstiffened.
I'm angry. It's my turn for some affection. I'm tired of doing all the giving.
I know. Okay. Help me. You're my daughter. You're my daughter. I've never had a daughter. You are the daughter. Oh, that feels good. You needed that, and so did I.
My search all these years has been for you. All these years.
I thought I was giving it to you with money. I thought I was moneying it.
It's not the answer.
It's not too late, though, is it?
It's never too late.
Not too late.
I need more than money. I need some affection.
I need to know that someone cares.
I care. I care.
No, you love me.
I love you very much. I love you. It's just hard for me to say it, but it's easier now that we've done it. And when I'm gone, will you give it out to other people? Will you?
Mm-hmm.
The present I would like to give you is that ability to do what I spent all my life not doing, which is reaching out. Practice on me. Reach out to me and see what happens.
Oh, I love you so.
I brought you some money. Just in case.
Oh, no.
That's a joke.
It's not
a joke.
funny.
It's the only joke I know.
It's not a good joke.
Okay.
I don't like it, and I want it to stop now.
I'll stop it now. All right? And will you start you giving out more? I'll stop giving money. I keep all my money to myself. And you'll start doing what? What'll you give out?
Love. Thank you. You mean I don't have an Uncle Jack anymore?
I don't think I ever was an Uncle Jack. It was a daddy named Jack.
Who is this man?
This is my father.
Can you call me that?
Is it all right if I work at it?
No, do it now.
Father. Dad.
Daughter, I love you. I love you. I never had that feeling in my life. So you're on your way.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Goodbye, Bob.
Take my money with me.
In your life,
Mm-hmm.
does it feel clear?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you've known this now. There's a part of you that's always known this truth, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
What kept you from being that knowing part?
Not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to hurt other people, not wanting to expose, not wanting to, to make my family feel uncomfortable.
Not wanting to expose your family and make them feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of all this, what you kept on saying is you were afraid that you would be discovered.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what you were worried about. You were afraid of your discovery hurting your parents the way you wanted to hurt them for the anger that you felt.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been defending them instead of living your life. A lot of wasted energy.
Yeah, a lot of wasted energy, David.
Does it feel any different?
A lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really does. Thank you.
Okay. Other people don't see us as a prostitute, you told them, if we don't see ourselves as one. And that's not just true for prostitution alone, it's true for everything. If you can always remember that you're a person capable of love and giving and sharing, you come from loving, giving, and sharing, and you create a world around you that radiates and reflects your warmth. And I think you've done that, and you're going to do that even more. You know what I'd like you to do? I'd like you to share with our group some of these feelings and see what they have felt watching you go through all this very strenuous business.
Good. Not watching you, but being up there with you. I felt such giving to me. It was just wonderful to respond to you. You're just really special. Very special person.
Thank you. I felt it from you, too. It is wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Tara?
I sort of feel like it's all been said, but I just wanted to tell you that sitting next to you was a wonderful experience, and you're so beautiful and so loving, and I could really feel your power, and I have so much respect for you, and I feel like I could learn a lot from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cynthia?
Norma, I watch you and I'm just stunned, and I realize all the factors that went into you becoming a prostitute, and at the same time, when I watch you, I wish that in some way our culture was different and that different things meant different things, because I think you probably, a woman with your gentility and your grace and your compassion, probably made what you did an art form.
Oh, put that in the letter. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Marco.
I have a dream someday to work with teenagers, suicidal teenagers. I admire your courage so much. The trap for me in New York was trying to be something that I didn't want to be anymore. I didn't want to be a masher or a barroom brawler. Last Thursday night, my brother called from New York, and a fellow I grew up with. He went out to a park in a real lonely place, and he put a rope around his neck. And I wonder if I had been there, or if I could have talked to him. He's got a wife and 3 daughters. I feel a real loss that I didn't get to say goodbye either.
Maybe you'll get to come up here and deal with it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And it's terrible when in working with the program, I lost my first girl 2 weeks ago that I've been working with. And it was through drugs. It was drug-related. And that's made me feel really sad about the whole thing. But I did as much as I could while she was there. And she chose not to be there anymore, so I have to let go of that. And maybe I can relate that to other people. I've been asked to speak at Sybil Brand. So, interesting.
And this woman has the capacity to give back. This woman is very special. This lady, this friend. The world you've created is the world that reflects this inner goodness. And you can always trust that, because it's going to get better and better.
Thank you.
I just know it.
I know it too. Thank you, David.
You're wonderful. You are too.
I heard you so many times.